Hi everyone, Tim Mooney here from Random House Children's. I'm based in Milwaukee and I've probably met or called on many of you in years past. I miss seeing all of you in person, but hope this presentation will give you a good sense about some of our most eagerly awaited titles on our list. Here we go. I'm going to start with some picture books. First up is Dream Street by Tricia Elam Walker, illustrated by Equa Holmes. This is a truly stunning picture book that captures the vitality of a community in its wealth and diversity of a particular neighborhood across generations. Meet folks of all ages as you flip the page. The kids with unending hopes and aspirations. The older folk who can pass on their earned wisdom. This story by Walker, the acclaimed author of Nana Akua Goes to School, and Holmes, the illustrator of several Coretta Scott King and other award winners, is based on their growing up years as cousins in the Roxbury neighborhood in Boston. The book is a Gleba and Meba holiday catalog selection and has already earned 5-star reviews. Next, this is a gift for you by Emily Winfield Martin, a beautiful companion to her best-selling Wonderful Things You Will Be. I'm sure you'll immediately recognize Emily's signature artwork and appreciate on each page the positive messages we need more than ever about giving and caring about others. This is a touching tribute to the simple joys of life and perfect for holiday gift giving, new parents, and really any occasion. The Creature of Habit is a clever, funny, and relatable story about the routines we all keep, but may consider taking a leap to try something different. This enchanting story reads like a parable. On the island of Habit, there lives a large, funny-looking creature who eats the same food and keeps the exact same schedule every day. That is, until a boat carrying a very small creature lands ashore and explains to the large creature his very different way of managing his daily affairs. As they share their way of doing things, they wonder if trying something new and learning from each other may not be so bad after all. This is an ideal family read-aloud written by well-known YA author Jennifer E. Smith, her debut as a picture book author, and lushly illustrated by the award-winning Leo Espinoza. Jennifer was raised in the Chicago suburbs, and it seems appropriate that Creature of Habit is also a Gleba and Meba holiday title. Return of the Underwear Dragon is the laugh-out-loud sequel to Attack of the Underwear Dragon, which pubbed last fall and was in such high demand that we had to reprint several times. This story continues the unlikely brave quest of young knight Sir Cole, who, after saving the kingdom from the fire-breathing underwear dragon, who in fact was not so dangerous after all, befriends the dragon, realizing his problem all along is that he can't read, and therefore he can teach him. This is such a fun read, another winner from the dynamic duel of Scott Rothman and Pete Oswald. Grumpy Monkey, oh no, Christmas. Talk about a series with endless possibilities. Since we published the first Grumpy Monkey 3 years ago, readers couldn't get enough. So since then, we published not only more Grumpy Monkey picture books, but also board books, early readers, a graphic novel, and a box set with plush. This latest picture book, just in time for the holidays, features, of course, our grumpy hero Chimpanzee, who can't seem to get into the holiday spirit. But as always, it's his friends who gather around him and help him appreciate the occasion. This book is filled with plenty of humor and lessons about gratitude, and the acknowledgement that it's okay to be in a mood sometimes. Mayor Good Boy is new to our Random House graphic imprint, and the first in a trilogy for kids ages 7 to 10 by Chicago writer Dave Scheidt. The votes are counted, and the new mayor of the town of Greenwood is, a dog who has earned the title of Mayor Good Boy. Hey, why not? As one citizen chimed in, can't be worse than our last mayor. Mayor Good Boy intends to take his job seriously to clean up the streets, even if it takes plenty of pizza and cheese snacks to bribe people to act, and to make Greenwood a kinder place to live. Illustrator Miranda Harmon's funny, lively comic book style shows off her strong background in animation. Mayor Good Boy hits that nice kid reader sweet spot, and fans of Dogman and John Patrick Green's Investigators will appreciate another series to devour. Lotteria is a rich, atmospheric, middle-grade debut by Chicago writer Karen Arenas Valente. Valente, who sets her story in Mexico, draws upon Mexican folklore. the classic card game Loteria, and Day of the Dead imagery to build a fantastical world that feels utterly fresh and original. The narrative explores the themes of fate and free will through the eyes of 11-year-old Clara, and has a timeless feel with magical realist threads throughout. Dana Sandmar's vivid illustrations nicely complement Valenti's story. You could pitch this to the fans of Mercy Suarez Changes Gears and The Girl Who Drank the Moon. My field colleagues and I were so taken with this debut that we made it our fall 2021 rep pick. Pony. I could go on for hours talking about this amazing new middle grade novel by R.J. Palacio, author of Wonder. First, it is one of our top lead titles for fall, and I'm sure to backlist well after. Pony is a coming-of-age frontier story set in the 1860s about the power of love and the ties that bind family and friends. The story has the feel of an old-fashioned Western. Think True Grit meets Warhorse. With a vivid setting, memorable characters, including a ghost, and an unforgettable pony becomes the story's focal point. The book's striking package enveloping the story features daguerreotypes and tintypes from the time period that match Palacio's inventive visual storytelling, certain to making this book a collector's delight. R.J. Palacio has done it again, and sure to expand her readership to even a wider audience. Skin of the Sea is, in a word, mesmerizing. An historical fantasy debut set in the 1500s, drawing from West African mythology, whose main character, Simi, is a mermaid who collects the souls of those who die at sea and blesses their journey back home. Her one faithful act incurs the wrath of the gods and goddesses, which helps compel this riveting tale. Author Natasha Bowen, whose Nigerian heritage and passion for African history drives the narrative, captivates readers with her considerable imaginative gifts. This young adult title, geared for ages 14 and up, was chosen by yearbook seller peers as an indie introduced selection. Random House Children's will be including it in all their major publishing roundups this fall. As Good as Dead. Many of you, I'm sure, have seen steadily increasing sales of Holly Jackson's first book in this series, in Good Girl's Guide to Murder in paperback. We can thank strong word of mouth, TikTok, and of course Holly's writing, which produces page-turning, keep-you-guessing psychological thriller. As Good as Dead is a powerful conclusion of the trilogy with plenty of surprising twists and turns. If you've listened to a favorite true crime podcast and were frustrated having to wait for the next episode, here is the print equivalent, except the full story is contained in the pages. All you have to do is keep reading to figure out the ending. This series is not suited not only to teens 14 and up, but adults as well. We will have more exciting novels from Holly Jackson in the coming years. And finally, I want to preview a spring 2022 middle grade, which will be our rep pick for the season, Maisie Chen's Last Chance by Lisa Yee, author of Millicent Min, Girl Genius, and many others. This is an irresistible novel set in the fictional town of Last Chance, Minnesota, a novel that celebrates food, fortune, and family. In Last Chance, young Maisie's family has owned and operated the Golden Palace restaurant for generations, and its history is rooted in the history of Chinese Americans. In this timely story, Yee explores immigration and discrimination with a light touch. This multi-generation story is filled with well-drawn, if nuanced characters, and the narrative is both accessible and packs an emotional punch. I'll end with advanced praise, a quote we received from Rita Williams Garcia, Newbery Honor-winning author of One Crazy Summer. She said, "I love this book. This is a big story and brings up much-needed discussion about the importance of community, history, and truth." Thank you.